I don't think the odds should have dropped for the simple fact Drew Brees is still there. Now, although the locker room might be fractured somewhat currently, there is time to repair it. It's going to take some time. And what's difficult about it, Skip, is that they're not there. Virtually it's one thing, being able to see a person's body language, to actually talk to this individual and see, okay, is he sincere or is this just a crisis that he happens to be engulfed in? Is he sincerely sincere about his apology about what he said? And you can get a sense about being around a guy. Skip, I think what really hurt a lot of Black America is that Drew has been in New Orleans for the better part of over a decade. And he's done great things. Just a month ago, he gave $5 million to feed, during this pandemic, to feed the hungry. He's done so much for Katrina. He is a reigning Walter Payton Man of the Year. He's won that award. So he's been exemplary in the community. And what guys couldn't understand, Drew, you can't empathize. You can't, for a moment, set aside, you're not Drew Brees. You're one of us. You're a man of color. You're a woman of color. And you're walking down the street, and you're 5, 6 times more likely to be accosted by the police and met with deadly force than if you were actually Drew Brees. You can't understand that, Drew? And so it caught them off guard because they didn't see. Skip, you have to be very mindful. When you are a leader of a team, there's a lot of responsibility that comes along with leading. There are many that are, there are very few that are chosen. Many want to lead, but very few are chosen. And when you are chosen to be a leader of men, especially men of a lot of different races, different backgrounds, socioeconomic status, religious, you got to be mindful. Because some things that you might could say if it was an all-white might not fly when you got black guys. Or if you have all black, it might not fly if you got white mixed in. Yep. So you have to be mindful of how the message you're trying to disseminate is going to be received. And you can't say, well, oh, you something. No, those days of I say what I say and moving on, those days are long gone, Skip. And I think people need to understand that. But I think because they have the benefit of time, which is the regular season starts something like 3 months, Skip. So we don't know. I think the head coaches can get back into the building today. I think assistant coaches can get back in the building on Monday. When the players are allowed, I don't know that, Skip. But I was told there was a meeting. Several players spoke. Malcolm Jenkins, Cam Jordan, Michael Thomas. And from what I was told is that Drew, it seemed heartfelt. He was emotional. And rightfully so, you can understand. Yep. I don't think Drew thought in a million years when he said what he said, he was going to receive the blowback that he received.
That's the point. He spoke what he believes.
Right. And so that's the question that the guys are going to have to, and that's what they're going to need to get around Drew and see. Yep. Are you really sorry? Or you just happen to be engulfed in a crisis that you didn't expect to be in, and this is just PR? Yeah. So they need to find that out. But the locker room is fractured because they saw a side of Drew that they didn't think existed. And so, Skip, anytime someone reveals themselves to you, you're shocked initially. Yeah. And then you're like, wow, is that how you really feel? So you have all these questions. But if anybody can navigate this team through this, Sean Payton. I don't really know Sean personally, but I know guys that have played for him and people that have been around him, and they swear by him. He's as good a leader as there is at the head coaching position in the NFL. So if anybody can navigate these guys through this water, Sean Payton is the guy to do it. But they got a lot of navigating to do.
So yesterday, you surprised me a bit because you went all the way to fractured.
Yes.
And it was clear to me you were deeply stung by these comments. You were hurt just the way Malcolm Jenkins, as we saw in the videos he posted, was just devastated by it, blindsided.
Yes.
And because we are a sports show, now we have to leap to the conclusion of, okay, what's going to happen on the field as almost superficial and irrelevant and not even pertinent to this subject right now. It seems we all do care about, well, what's the fate of the Saints now on the field next year? So you're leaving it open. You're not sure. No. You got to wait and see how they do respond over the next couple of months.
That is exactly right, Skip.
To decide, is it going to impact their one-loss record? Right? So in the end, what's fascinating to me about this is I told you yesterday that in my experience, and I go way back with your league, the National Football League, I have been around two teams that I know of that won in spite of racial tension in their locker rooms, tension that threatened to split the team. But both teams had very strong black leadership. And the message that was preached all year internally was, it's okay. We can overcome this. We can all pull together, and we know what he is and what he is and what he isn't.
Right.
But we have to rise above that because our common goal, the only common goal we have, is to win a championship. And the two teams that I know of rose above.
Right.
Now, there was one key difference. Those issues were not made public until after the season was over.
Correct.
They didn't come out on the fly in the moment. This is in the moment.
Right.
Those teams did not have social media.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Right.
It's changed the world, just as we are in a world-changing moment right now.
Right.
In large part, it has to do with social media as the driving force of possible change,
And
right?
Skip, and I think you'll agree with me on this. Had we not been in the moment in which we're in, and Drew said what he said, I don't think he would have gotten the blowback that he got, because guys have said things similar to that.
Okay.
Said that's disrespectful of the flag, but it just so happened to be the moment that we're in.
Let's just say hypothetically, 3 months ago, Drew Brees just happened to be doing a Yahoo Finance interview, and this point came up, and there had been yet no George Floyd.
Correct.
Well, maybe it comes and it goes, and you just kind of shrug it off like,
I don't think he gets the blowback like he got.
Right? Okay. So now you have black players, many of them very involved in social media. So the difference now, and you can speak to this, is that now you have direct contact with black community followers who are going to call you out, or at least call upon you. Don't allow this to happen.
Right.
You must stand up and say no to Drew Brees, which obviously all of the star saints that did I miss anybody? I think Cam Jordan was a little bit 50-50.
He said he's going to hold out his comments until he actually talks to Drew.
But Kamara, Michael Thomas, who else? Manuel Sanders. And obviously Malcolm Jenkins. They were just boom, boom, boom. They condemned Drew Brees' comments. This is the face of the Saints, a beloved figure in the city of New Orleans, and it was just instantaneous. No, 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 no. I thought you were my friend, and now you're part of the problem, said Malcolm Jenkins. Okay, how deep does that wound run? That's what I don't know yet, because these are different times than before, where those black players going to come together when they actually hit training camp. Is it possible? I'm going to go to now, I'm going to do the other hypothetical clear to the other side. Is it possible they finally decide, we just can't play with this man? That's the time we're in right now. We have to take a stand we've never taken. We have to tell Sean Payton, we just can't abide this. He showed us who he really is, and we just are not comfortable playing football with him as our quarterback and our leader. Is that possible? Is that just too radical? Is that too extreme?
Well, Skip, I think the thing is that once they get around, and what's difficult for Drew, Skip, is that where we're at now, with this COVID still going on, he can't get out and get on the front lines to show that he's willing to put his actions to the Reddit, to his apology. So it's going to take some time. But I believe because we're 3 months away, and because of the time, and because of who they have navigating the ship in Sean Payton, I don't believe it will get to that point, Skip. But I believe the locker room is fractured.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.